Hey guys, welcome to another episode from Stacy Here We Grow Again. Today I just wanted to go over some pests and diseases I was seeing out in my garden. Some fungus, I think it's septoria, which is not a good fungus disease, and some caterpillar damage. So I want to go over, this is like my little gardening box. I have nutrients, my neem oil in here, different Epsom salts, my pH tester, some garden twine, and all my sterilized garden utensils. So I keep everything really clean. I wash everything off after I use it in the garden, and we're going to use some neem oil because this is going to take care of that fungus we have and anything else not to spread throughout the garden. And we're going to also spray with this worm and caterpillar killer, which I just got. And this is actually, both of these can be used up until harvest, and I love this product. It works great. I love neem oil. I've been using it for years throughout the garden for many different kinds of diseases and pests, and it just helps. And up until this point, I haven't had to use that worm and caterpillar killer, but since I've been growing a lot more in the garden, we're getting a lot of them worms and caterpillars. So we're going to go outside, and I'm just going to take you along and show you what we do. To mix this, I just want to go over that I use 2 tablespoons of this regular neem oil as a preventative treatment every 7 to 14 days, especially throughout the summertime, because we get so many pests and diseases, with a little 1/4 teaspoon of Dawn soap and a gallon jug, just a little, little gallon jug I recycled, and then I mix it all up really good and then transfer it in a sprayer, and then I spray all my foliage. So I'll bring you guys outside and just kind of show you what's up. Okay guys, so we're out back, and this is my sunshine blue blueberry bush, growing really good. She's starting to get that nice dark red foliage with the pink blooms on her. The pink blooms are starting to open and turn into blueberries. So I noticed she's starting to get, on blueberries, what tends to happen is they start to get this spotted stuff. So this is really clean foliage. You can see there's really no spots on here. She's blooming really nice, but yet we're getting some spots up in here. So I wanted to show you that, this is what fungus looks like on blueberry plants. This is what it starts to look like. And it starts to look like fungus when you get that brown spots with the yellowing around it. So it's a defined yellow around the leaf. And we even have it starting over here a little bit, which it starts out as like little spots on the leaves, and then it'll start turning yellow. So we really have to get in here and make sure we prune off all that stuff that's yellow and get rid of it. This little blackberry bush here, she's starting to get some yellow foliage that I noticed, and in between cutting your foliage. Now, since I just went over there and kind of messed with my blueberry, I want to sterilize my scissors that I used, if I did use any, and go wash my hands, because it's going to transfer a disease over to this one too. And I did cut some foliage off of this little gal. I wanted to show you that, her leaves are starting to turn that brown with that yellow around it. You can see that's what fungus looks like on blackberry plants. And that's going to start to spread. Now that leaf wasn't that bad, but when I plucked this leaf off, look how bad that looks. Now this can look like overwatering too, but this I know is fungus. I mean, this is just, your leaf will feel really, really wet and just start browning with like not really yellow in it when it's overwatering. But this is fungus. This is probably septoria, which is a really bad type of fungal disease. So I'm gonna have to get in here, take any dead off my foliage that I see, which isn't much on here. There was only a few. And sorry, I just hit the screen, and sterilize my plant to make sure that I'm not spreading disease to my other plants, because we don't want disease getting on these beautiful strawberries that are almost ready. They're growing really nice, and they're just susceptible to disease. You can see they're getting really, really red, ripening in the sun, and they're going to be ready soon. So I'm going to spray throughout my whole garden. And this is fungal disease on my peas too. If you're seeing this isn't nutrient deficiency. Well, it is. If you're seeing this whitish yellow color going up your plant, which is basically halfway up this pea plant already, you can tell that she's really lacking some nutrients. So I'm going to have to give her definitely some nutrients and spray for this fungus. So this is what that fungus looks like. It's that brown with that yellow around it. And we're going to pick all that off, get it all off the leaves, and make sure caterpillars aren't spreading, because not only do I have them holes in my blueberry and blackberry foliage, but look, they're starting to creep on over to my peppers too. They're destroying my pepper plant. And I got tons of peppers on here, and this is going to bring worms around. So usually when you're growing vegetables and stuff like that, you tend to get like hornworms or green worms, any kind of caterpillar you can think of, especially here in Florida. And we don't want this beautiful pepper plant to get infested. It's already starting. So I'm going to look on her, check and see which peppers are done, which none of them are yet. I picked one off of here yesterday. She's got tons more starting, and we're just gonna watch her. I'm gonna flip up the leaves. Caterpillars and stuff usually like to hide on the bottom, so check the leaves that have holes in them, especially for any caterpillars on the bottom of them. And if you're not seeing caterpillars during the day, that means they're in the soil, and they're usually cutworms at night. So definitely soak your soil and soak your foliage. Excuse me, guys. I've been suffering from this cough and this cold for the last week, and I'm just trying to power through it for you guys. So just you know, remember to sterilize your utensils and check for these bugs. We're in, you know, we get a cold front here in Florida. It dropped down to 38 degrees, 40 degrees these last couple nights. But you know what? These bugs come back with a vengeance, because during the day we have 70 degrees. It's going to be 70 today. So they will come and eat my garden up. I'm going to spray tonight and just make sure I'm not spreading any of this fungus disease. Make sure I get all this stuff off of here. And I want to take you over to my tomato really quick to show you what's been going on over there. Okay, so this is my cherry tomato we've been growing for a few months, and she's definitely blooming. She's turning green up top, but you can see because of all these weeds down here. And this is why I always say, you know, weeding your garden is so important, because, you know, none of my garden over there that we tilled up, I'll show you in a second, has all these weeds. And we don't have all this disease around. These weeds hold disease and pests. So definitely get in your garden, check for this stuff, and make sure you're not getting this, because this is septoria, and this stuff spreads like wildfire. So if I cut this branch with this disease up in this leaf, it's already in this branch. So this now has that disease on it. I don't want to go cut something else that's healthy, because that's going to in turn spread that. So definitely sterilize your branches, get rid of that foliage, don't let it sit in the ground. And you know, you can see that this garden bed right here is nice and clean, and we don't have any dead foliage, any of that disease on these leaves. And if we do, we're going to take them off, the ones that are touching the ground, and we're going to you know, treat with neem when it's nighttime. You don't want to spray that stuff during the day, because it can really burn the foliage on your leaves. Till next time, guys, I hope this helps you to take care of your garden in the best way possible and get rid of them little critters. I will show you a video on how I spray with that worm stuff once I figure it out. But tonight I'm going to spray with the neem, the regular neem that I usually use, which is 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. And then I'm going to do a worm treatment tomorrow, I think, or the next day. So I'll let you guys know how that goes and bring you along with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.